next guest is the Managing Director of Commodity Broking Services in Sydney. He's Jonathan Barratt. Jonathan, very good to see you. So tell me, what are you going to be listening out for from this meeting and its conclusions in Paris this week?
Lindsay, I think it's a very important meeting because I actually feel that it's a meeting that's coming together to collect ideas. I don't think we're going to get a lot of an outcome, but I feel that now it's a good chance to be able to focus on what needs to be done because it is a real problem.
But from an investor's point of view, are you concerned that governments are going to move to regulate speculation in the commodities markets because obviously we're talking about food here, which is crucial?
It's very crucial, and when you look at the numbers, it actually becomes quite scary, in particular when you see that China's increased demand for change of food taste has increased by 47% in the last 10 years. But from an investor's perspective, you know, it is an interesting step from two sides. One, we feel that prices will continue to appreciate. And two, we feel that there is this need for more clarity and more regulation because there are a lot of, I guess, speculators in the market which have these positions and who really aren't involved in the market. So I really think it's from two sides. But I think from an investor's side, I think all you need to do is just buy the dip. But from the regulators, I think they've got to be a little bit more transparent in how and why we can get involved in the market.
Right, they're going to need to give some very clear guidelines to investors when they get around to legislating here, but if they do, you say that you expect prices to increase. We've already got corn futures up 82% in the past 12 months in Chicago, rice up 39% in the past year, and sugar up 65%. You say they're still going to be rising. Are you talking in the next 3 months here?
Look, I think you are. I think, see, one of the big things which people are starting to really look and focus on is obviously the climate and the way it's changing. You know, the way we're trying to increase the yields for our crops. But although we look like we're having a good yield, all of a sudden the weather tends to turn around and wipe us out, similar stories which we had in Russia. So I still feel that it is a real pressure point on the market for a lot of the softs, just purely because of what's happening in the weather-related things, and purely because it's very hard for us to increase the yield because we need that arable land to actually plant it.
So which commodities in particular would you buy on dips here?
Look, I think soybeans, in my mind, still remain a standout. I actually feel that corn and wheat, corn is still on its record highs, or just off its record highs. I still feel that feels quite good. Wheat, I feel, is also at good levels where we're at good support. So when I look at those majors there, I think they are reasonable buying, particularly soybean, because I really do like soybeans. When you come and look at the sugar, I think sugar is perhaps on the top end because we are expecting an increased yield. So I think a little bit of a rest there, but overall I think the whole complex remains very bullish.
Jonathan Barratt of Commodity Broking Services. He's the Managing Director there. We thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Lindsay.